Hi guys, so today I'm coming at you with 4 tips for how you can increase your protein intake. And the reason I want to cover this topic is because as a nutrition coach, I hear quite often that eating enough protein is something that my clients struggle with. And eating enough protein is important for so many reasons. It is essential for maintaining and building muscle mass. It helps us to feel fuller longer. It can help with regulating blood sugar. It plays a role in our immune function, our hormone health, our metabolism. There's so many processes that it's a part of. So getting enough of it is very important, especially if you are seeking body composition changes. For instance, maybe you want to lose fat. In that case, you're going to be eating in a calorie deficit. And if it is the case that you're eating in a calorie deficit and you're not prioritizing enough protein, then your muscle mass could be sacrificed in combination with some fat or instead of the fat. So one example of why it's super important. And then same thing, like maybe say you're looking to build muscle mass or even to maintain muscle mass, whether that's joined with fat loss or not, then again, protein is going to be a critical piece of that, right? In combination with strength training, but that's for another topic. So the tips that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, these could be relevant if you are simply somebody who you just know that you need to eat more protein. Okay, hopefully you can apply some of these and have success with it. Or maybe you are specifically tracking your macronutrients and you know that you need, for example, 140 grams of protein a day and you're having a hard time hitting that, then hopefully these tips will help you. The first one is a very general rule of shooting to consume 20 to 40 grams of protein every time you eat. Okay, now that's going to be under the assumption you're eating like 3 meals a day, or maybe you're doing 3 meals and a snack, or 2 meals and like 2 bigger snacks. But again, if you're eating at least 3 to 4 times a day, shoot for 20 to 40 grams of protein per meal. And that can just help to ensure that you are getting enough and feeling, fueled and well satisfied after having that meal or snack. Now, again, depending on what your individual needs are, you might need to decrease that or increase that. But in general, that's just a nice range to kind of work with, is that 20 to 40 grams per each time you eat. So that's your first tip. Your second tip is to make protein the focus, the star of each meal or snack. So when you are sitting down to plan what you're going to be having for, we'll say, breakfast, okay, start with, what is my protein going to be? What's the main source of protein? If you're doing eggs, awesome. Now, 2 whole eggs have around 12 grams of protein, so that doesn't get us quite to that 20 minimum. So you might need to add in some egg whites, or maybe you mix in some, some like low fat or fat free cow's milk to increase little by little, or a little cottage cheese or something. So make that protein your focus and then build around that, right? We need all the macros. We need carbs, we need fat, and we need protein, but begin with the protein and then you can bring in, okay, where am I going to then have my fruits or veggies or my whole grains or my healthy fats? Okay, but start with the protein, okay, for any meal, and even with your snacks, right? Because snacks you want them to be filling enough, right, to hold you over to the next time you eat. And again, making protein that focus is going to help you to, feel fuller longer until the next time you eat. Okay, so we have 20 to 40 grams each time you eat. Make that protein the focus of your meal or snack. The third tip is to try to enhance things like salads and wraps or bowls with extra add-ons that can help increase that overall protein, right? So maybe you're having a chicken salad for lunch and you're going to have some kind of greens base and then maybe 3 or 4 ounces of chicken breast. Well, if you're not wanting to load up on more chicken breast, then there's little things you can do to increase the protein. And that would be something like bringing in some black beans, or like from a can, right? Something simple, or maybe some chickpeas, or something I love to add to my salad is some kind of whole grain. So maybe you bring in like a brown rice or quinoa, because then you're going to get, some good carbs from there. You're going to get some protein, some fiber, right? All those things to help build that meal and make it satisfying and filling, but also to increase that protein intake. Cottage cheese is a great add-on, lentils, like I said, different kinds of beans, all kinds of things that you can do that will just little by little increase the amount of protein and obviously other nutrients in there as well. Okay, and then my last tip that I'm going to bring to you is, especially if you're somebody who's super busy, on the go a lot, is to incorporate some kind of protein shake or a smoothie. If you're doing like a pre-made shake or a powder, really just make sure you're choosing ones that have quality ingredients. Try to limit or avoid those that would have, like artificial sweeteners or just kind of junk ingredients that you don't know where they're coming from. So something high quality. If you're making your own smoothie, you can very easily do that by using Greek yogurt kind of as the base, because that's packed with protein, and then you can bring in other things, your fruits, your veggies, some kind of milk to blend with. But having something quick and easy that you can go to is really great. But yeah, things like, protein bars, they're definitely nice to have when you're in a pinch. It's not necessarily something you want to incorporate every single day, and make that like a staple per se. But if you can find some kind of clean shake or even a bar that you can incorporate as needed, like I said, when you're on the go or just need something fast and filling, then that is a great option as well. All right, guys. All right, so 20 to 40 grams per meal. Make protein the focus of your meal or snack every time you're eating. Find little ways to increase and ramp up that protein content with your salads and your bowls and your wraps, things like that. And then having some kind of clean, high quality, quick go-to shake that's already made or that you can blend up to incorporate as needed. All right, guys. Hope those tips help.